Maths tutoring for everyone. Learn to enjoy maths and let us help you along the way.
In this question, we're asked to draw the graph of y equals minus 3/4 x plus 1. So this equation is of the form y equals mx plus c, so the graph is a straight line. Now we could use the gradient method to plot this graph, but I'm going to use a different method, the two-point method. The idea of this method is that I find 2 points that are on the line by substituting values of x into this original equation and calculating the corresponding values of y. So I have to calculate 2 points, and let me do the first. Well, because I can choose any 2 points, it's a good idea to choose simple values of x. And the simplest value of x I could substitute in here is x equals 0, because then that term would disappear. So when x equals 0, that term disappears, and I just have y equals 1. So in that case, the point is 0, 1. So that's a point on the y-axis, because the first coordinate is 0, at height 1. And actually I could have read this straight off from the equation of the line, because 1 here is the y-intercept, and that tells you the height on the y-axis where the line crosses. So that's my first point. What about a second point? Well, as I said, I should try and choose values of x which make my calculation as simple as possible. If, for example, I chose the value x equals 1, then this would be minus 3/4, and I would have fractions still. But if I were to choose x equals 4, so when x equals 4, well, what happens now is that we get y equals minus 3/4 times 4 plus 1. Because I chose x equals 4, this part of the calculation turns out to be straightforward. This is just minus 3. Gives me an integer plus my 1, and that's equal to minus 2. So the point in this case is 4 for the x-coordinate and minus 2 for the y-coordinate. So now I have 2 points that are on the line 0, 1 and 4, minus 2. So I'm going to plot those on the axes and draw a straight line through them. So let me draw some axes. There's my x-axis and my y-axis. And I'll mark some scales. And on the y-axis, so let me put arrows on and numbers. 5, 1, 2, 3, 5. 0 at the origin, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5. Okay, so I have my axes ready. Let me label this the x-axis and the y-axis. So where are these 2 points? The first point, 0, 1, is here on the y-axis. So 1 is the y-intercept. And the second point, well, that's 4 across, and it's minus 2, so it's 2 down. So this point is there. 4 minus 2. And now we join those 2 points by a straight line. And there's my straight line. Okay, let me mark it with the equation of the graph, y equals minus 3/4 x plus 1. And then I'm finished, except that I should do a check. I'm going to calculate a third point on the graph and make sure that it is on the graph. So here's a check. Well, if I'm going to calculate another point on the graph, then to make life simpler, I should choose a value of x which makes this calculation as simple as possible. And, well, x equals 4 was good last time, so let's try x equals minus 4. So when x equals minus 4, y equals, well, now it's minus 3/4. I'm going to put that in brackets because I'm going to be multiplying by minus 4 plus 1. Well, minus 3/4 times minus 4 is 3 plus 1, and that gives me 4. So the point, this third point, is when its x-coordinate is minus 4 and its y-coordinate is 4. So let's see if that lies on the graph. The x-coordinate is minus 4, the y-coordinate is 4, so yes, I think that lies on the graph. So that confirms I have the correct line.